With all of their top order making runs, Kent took complete control of their LV County Championship match with Essex on the second day at the Neville Ground in Tunbridge Wells. Kent had got off to a flyer in reply to Essex's 260 on the previous evening, and Daniel Bell-Drummond wasted no time in converting his overnight 46 into a 50 off just 41 balls. The home team had started on the second morning on 68 without loss, 192 runs behind, and Bell-Drummond was in no mood to change tack. If the ball was there to hit, he hit it, and his boundary count continued to rise as the 21-year-old dominated an opening partnership with Rob Key, who also produced the occasional stroke himself. Bell-Drummond had made 81 off 70 balls when he edged his next one from Jesse Ryder back onto his own stumps to end an opening stand of 127 made in 23.5 overs. Ryder should have then removed Joe Denley before he'd scored, but he dropped an edge off the bowling of Graham Napier. That allowed Denley and Key to start another partnership. Each one on this day was significant, the pitch playing well for the batsmen and making the efforts of Essex look a little undercooked on day one. Key, who's missed a fair amount of cricket this year, would have been happy to get to his 50 off 87 balls, an innings thus far containing 7 fours. He and his two partners were giving their team an ideal start to the day, one which was to be enjoyed by the home team, which has struggled in red ball cricket too much this year. These two batted through the rest of the morning session, by which time they had their team right on top, the total reading 186 for 1 at the lunch break, which had Kent only 74 runs behind and with lots of batting still to come. Only an error from Key brought an end to his innings, he stopping his shot off Napier to lift the ball to Nick Brown. Key was on his way for 71 just after he'd brought up the 200 for his team. Sam Northeast hasn't often come out to bat with his side in such a strong position, and he looked determined to make the most of that by playing plenty of shots. He was soon racing through the numbers with one boundary following another. Meanwhile, a bit of luck had Denley at his half-century, an inside edge bringing him his 8th 4 from the 93 balls he'd faced at this point. Numbers 1, 2 and 3 in the batting order had all had something to celebrate. And it appeared that the top 4 of the Kent order were going to register 50s, as Northeast eased up to 43. But he then lost his leg stump to Jamie Porter, leaving the scene with his side on 271 for 3 and already 11 runs to the good. Ben Harmison then became the latest home batsman to look very much at ease on this pitch against this attack. The left-hander produced one of his better innings in Kent colours with shots to all parts of the ground. Essex was struggling to cause him many problems at all as he brought up the 300 before tea, his partnership with Denley adding 32 more runs to the total. Denley had become becalmed when he was bowled by his former Middlesex teammate Ravi Patel, who had his first wicket since joining Essex on loan from Lords. Denley departed for 69. Tea arrived with the home team on 317 for 4, and in spite of some play being lost to the weather, the evening session was another to be dominated by them. Darren Stevens has struggled for form with the bat this summer, but not here. Most of the time the ball came straight onto his bat, and he is simply too talented to miss out on such occasions. He went racing past Harmison to make a 50 off 63 balls. Harmison was naturally more watchful, but these boundaries also had him raising his bat before the close, his half-century occupying a more patient 119 deliveries as he added a 3-figure stand with Stevens before the close. On 59, Stevens offered half a chance down the leg side off Ryder. Not many keepers other than James Foster would have got close though. Stevens was able to take his tally of boundaries to 11 to go with 1-6 by the time bad light took the players off to end a very one-sided day. Kent ended it on 420 for 4, and that has them 160 runs ahead, and they'll look to add plenty more to that when they go again on the third morning, with Stevens on 69 and Harmison on 63.